These are some of the biggest mistakes that basketball players make. And easily the first one is not subscribing and turning on all notifications. Just kidding. No, the first one is dribbling too much in one spot. Now, there's some details in different situations to keep in mind with this. As a rule of thumb, if your feet are absolutely still more than 2 bounces, so something like this little combo here or this combo here, your feet are gonna be glued for a split second. That's probably okay. But once you start to get to 3 dribbles and you haven't moved, now you're probably just not doing too much. You're not creating any angles. You're letting all the defense know that you're gonna look to attack, and you're just sitting in one position, making it easier for your defender to close out on you and start to pressure you more. And all your teammates are sitting there watching you, and they start to go to sleep. They don't move. Now you don't have as many passing opportunities. And on top of that, there's maybe a chance that they don't wanna pass you the ball anymore. In fact, one of the best ball handlers, Kyrie Irving, has said that he tries to think about not dribbling in the same spot for too many dribbles. So that could mean I'm coming here and then I come back to the same spot, but just staying in the same spot's a different animal. I want to get at least a little bit of footwork, so it's giving the defender a reason to think I might attack this way, then this way. I'm coming here, then I'm coming back. I'm setting up different possibilities for them to make a mistake and me to beat them, or I can come out to the side here and create angles to pass, to drive, get them over to commit, and then I cross over. There's so many things you can create once you get the feet involved a little bit more. But even that being said, if I'm coming like this, and I'm doing a bunch of dribbles, and I'm kind of coming back to the same spot, and I get to like 5 dribbles, too much stuff. Too many dribbles in the same area. Most coaches aren't gonna like that, especially when we talk like college coaches. Depends on the high school coach. NBA, sure, you can get away with that more, but unless you're in the league, you're gonna wanna think about trying to get somewhere with your dribbles. And as a rule of thumb, I'd say like 5, 6, maybe 7 dribbles. If you still got the ball, you've got it too long, you need to get rid of it at that point. And that could be a layup, a pass, or a shot. Next mistake is when you don't have the ball. And I'm gonna give you a hack that'll help you with this. And the basics is not creating when you don't have the basketball. So if you're in a set offense, there's a lot of built-in you creating when you don't have the basketball. That being said, there's also some nuance and the hack that I'm gonna give you in a second that'll help with that. But if let's just say you're playing pickup basketball, or it's just like an offense where they just kind of want you guys to free flow, well, if you're just always kind of standing in one spot, that's generally not gonna help you or your team out. It's not gonna help you score more points. It's not gonna help the person with the basketball. It's not gonna help anyone on your team. Now, occasionally you might be able to stay in the same spot, and since everyone else is moving, the ball handler is moving, maybe the defense is shifting, then staying in that same spot will make sense. But for the most part, you want to think about trying to move around the court to create opportunities for yourself to be open. And within that, the hack I'm going to give you will help a lot. But you want to think about cutting to the rim, cutting to open spots on the court, areas where you can get a shot off and get free from your defender. So think about when you don't have the basketball like you do have the basketball, if that makes sense. You're going to try to fake them this way and come this way. You don't need the ball to do those sorts of things. One thing I like to do is I try to find the defender's back. If I got a defender facing this way, I'm gonna try to get here where now they can't see me, and now they're gonna maybe turn, and then boom, I'll come back out, right? Or maybe I'll start cutting this way to make the defender think I'm coming over here, and then they slide over here, and then I'll pop right back out over there. Little things like that can help a lot, but it doesn't even have to be that complicated or like next level. That's not the hack, by the way, but it is actually another little hack. But trying to get behind their back is huge, and just juking them out and coming a different way. The hack is to not just think about finding an open space and not trying to get yourself open. You want to go a level deeper. You want to say to yourself, how can I get open and away from the defender guarding me? But you want to take that one step further and also ask yourself, how can I get somewhere where I'm open and my teammate can get me the basketball? Because just because you're open and away from your defender doesn't mean that your teammate has a path to get you the ball, because there might be help defense, there's their defender. So you also want to think about, how can I create a straight line from me to him? Maybe not like I'm just standing here in that straight line, but as I cut and move, at some point there is that straight line where they can get me the ball. Thinking that step ahead is big. Next mistake is not having an awareness and sort of a tally of where all your teammates are. So the real bad end of this would be just getting tunnel vision and only looking at your defender and kind of thinking about how you're gonna get your shot, get down the lane, whatever the case may be. That's like the next level worst side of it. But a less worse, but also a common mistake is not just knowing where everyone on your team is. So an example might be you're bringing the ball up the court on a fast break and you know you got a teammate here and here. Well, where are the other 2 teammates? At least having an idea, okay, that they're back here, one's over here and one's over here, will help you out a lot. Because now as you're bringing the ball up the court, you'll know you got an option here, here, and if you maybe hold up for a second, just 1 or 2 dribbles, you might have another teammate running up the court. And that's another thing you can take note of. Are they running quickly up the court, or are they gonna lag up the court? Part of this comes to just knowing your teammates, but part of it just comes to, as you're bringing the ball up all the way from back here, seeing who's coming with you, and now using your peripheral vision to see everyone around the court. This comes in even more handy when you're in the half court set and everyone's up here, now it's pretty easy for me to look right at you and I know over here what's over here, I know what's over here, I know what, like I don't have to necessarily see clear as day which teammates are over there. I just have to use my peripheral vision to see the color of their jersey, because I know just from that color of that jersey, bare bones basic, that yeah, they're on my team, so if I pass the ball to them, it's probably a good idea. Plus, I can also use that to have an awareness of the other team's jerseys and know if they're open or not without having to necessarily turn and look at them, and now I don't see the guy over here. Now when I start to get into the lane, I have more options for passes, pass fake. I maybe see a teammate running here that I can use as a screen, and just giving myself a lot more options to make myself more deadly. Next mistake, and this is a big one, is not knowing your teammates' strengths and weaknesses. If I know I got a teammate that can hit 3-pointers, I'm gonna try to give them some space or set a screen for them so they can use me to get open and have space to get those shots off. If I also know they're not a very good ball handler, I'm not gonna leave them double teamed. I'm gonna try to get open so they can get rid of the basketball. I'm gonna try to put them in more positions where they can just catch and shoot. If I know I got a teammate that's good at driving the lane and I'm in the paint here in their path, I'm gonna maybe try to give them a little more room to play with. I might get all the way out to the perimeter. I'll maybe come over to this side so they can get into the paint. And then from there, I'll move around and try to work around to get myself open for them to get me the ball. And if I got a teammate that's good in the paint, I'm gonna get them the ball in the post, feed the big men, they don't get the ball enough. And there's a lot of other ways this can play out, but just keep an eye on the different strengths and weaknesses of your teammates. From there, you'll be able to figure out pretty easily how you can maybe put them in a better position to be successful and help you be more successful. The next mistake is not playing confident and aggressive. Now, doing that within the parameters I've given you so far. So you're not getting tunnel vision, you're not dribbling too much in one spot, but playing confident and aggressive will help you so much with your game. I've seen players that were not very good. They come in and they play pickup basketball day after day, and they go out there and they just try to create, and they play like they're one of the best players on the court, even though they're not. Within the span of 6 months, all of a sudden, all these moves that they're trying to get off and they're losing the ball, they're getting it stolen, they're not getting anywhere on the court, are all working and they're succeeding because they put themselves in those situations so they can figure out the little details with the angles they need to take, how to read their defender, how to attack correctly, where to position the basketball. A lot of those things you're not gonna figure out just drilling things out on your own. So when you're getting into games, especially pickup basketball, that's a great time to play confident and aggressive. But don't play to the fault of some of the other things I've been talking about in this video so far. And to be really confident with the ball in your hands, with your handles, check out the free workout pinned to the comment, and I'll follow up and email you some more hacks to take your handles next level after that. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.